Fight Talk TV.
Oh, Theophane. 10 right.
Again, the left hook.
All 5+ round. Oh, Theophane answers with a left that gets promoters and the crowd's attention.
Good body shot.
Nice left hand over the top as well.
That's what Ashley needs to live, the body shot. It's going to take whatever energy AB has. So it's giving Ashley opportunities. Good body shot again.
Adrian Broner have come past the 4th round.
Keep it up, keep it up.
What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to Fight Talk TV. I'm Nabil, Chowdhury, and once again is former world title challenger and fan favorite Ashley Theophane. It's great to have him back as we look deeper into his career, the biggest fights, the business of boxing, and life after retirement. So let's get into it. So you turned pro in 2003. When did you feel you truly arrived at world level?
World level. I would say 2007 or 2008. That was when I had beat, I think it was DeMarcus Corley, and DeMarcus was world champion. And at that stage, DeMarcus, the same year that I beat him, he had just lost in for the #1 spot in the WBC against Devon Alexander. So when I beat him, that's when I knew I was good enough to be on the world scene, because he was up there still at that time. So plus I was in the gym. I had sparred, with some world champions and some top guys. So that's kind of when I felt I was good enough, but I just needed a fight to prove it.
What was the toughest fight of your career and why? Out of all of the opponents you faced, who hits the hardest?
For me, it was Pablo Cesar Cano, and that was on the undercard
Mayweather,
of
Canelo,
Mayweather and Canelo. So that was a very big fight.
Very entertaining.
I lost a split, but he hit so hard. He hit so hard. But that's what I'm saying. So it just kind of showed I had a lot of heart, and I lost a split. I started off a bit slow, then I got into it, and then I lost a split decision, but that was one of the hardest fights, and he hit hard as well. Broner, he also hit hard, and Danny Garcia. But one thing about me, I always had a very good chin. So when I went into a fight, I always was like, if I don't win, it would be points, because no one ain't gonna stop me. So that's the mentality I always had, that my chin my chin was good to go.
What were the biggest struggles you faced when turning pro?
The big is getting fights. Like when you're a young man and you're turning pro and you didn't win anything as an amateur, it's gonna always be very hard starting on the small hall. So for me, I started at York Hall, and what I went on to achieve is very rare. There's very few guys who start at York Hall. They're not with a big promoter, and they go on to do things on the world scene, or even get a world title shot, or even be British champion. So where I started, I'm very proud of how far I got, because most of us, 99% of us, we don't get as far as I got.
How did your fighting style evolve over the years?
I would say before I went to the USA, I kind of just boxed, but going in the USA, the sparring there was ruthless. So I could box, but I also could fight, and you just have to adapt to all styles. I worked with a lot of guys there, and they worked on little things. So that's why I always liked the American guys, because they worked on the small things, and I feel like that's what improved me over time.
What adjustments did you have to make fighting regularly in the US?
It's how you perform. That's one thing. A lot of guys nowadays, they don't want to take a risk and they don't want to lose. But the one thing is, some of the greats, they lost 10 times or over 10 times. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm from an era where everybody fought like everyone. You got Johnny Nelson. He lost, I think, 3 of his first 4 or 5. He went on to become like world champion. There's some guys, they lost their first pro fight. They went on to become like world champ. So you know, you have to take a risk, you have to believe in yourself, and you have to work hard. And it's all about the performance. It doesn't matter if you lose, but if you perform well, you always get more offers.
How did the Adrian Broner fight come about?
The Adrian Broner fight, it came about, well, he had just become world champion, you know, and Floyd had said to me how he wanted to make the AB fight with me. So when I fought on, I think it was Berto and Mayweather.
Yeah.
Or Mayweather and Berto, I should say. And after that, I done an interview and I said, you know, that Floyd, he wanted me to fight like AB. And you know, AB, he saw that. So when you know, he won the world belt again, you know, he announced that he wanted to fight me and see what I have. So you know, I didn't win. I believed I would win, but
It was big.
yeah,
Big fight.
it's again coming from where I come from. I'm from Harrow Road, so I'm coming from where I come from to get that far, to get, you know, to get to. It was always a goal of mine to fight for the world belt. I didn't win, but I tried my best, but it wasn't meant to be.
I'm gonna fight who I want to fight and when I want to fight him.
Any names?
Yeah, well, you know, hold on, let me take my glasses out, mama. Come on, mama, take my, so they can see my eyes. You know, they say,
Keep it good. You're doing well. Keep it.
they say my big bro, the one, the only, Floyd Mayweather, you know, he say he got a fighter that he feels like he can beat me. And if he feel like that's true, and you know, I look at it like he's only living up to TMT. You know, he's theoretically Mayweather thinking. You know what I'm saying? But
Who's the fighter?
I think his name is Ashley. But if that is true, this what you do. This what you do, big bro. Because bosses talk to bosses. You put Ashley on one of your private jets, bring him to come see me, and I bet I bring the girl out of that boy like Bruce Jenner.
And with that, we'll say congratulations on your 4th title.
You know.
Thank you. All right.
You know, thank everybody, man. Thank everybody watching, man.
You got it. All right, Mo, back to you.
Going into that world title fight, what did you feel fully prepared?
Yeah, I was 100% like prepared because when Floyd, he signed me in 2013, we went for a run, and he said to me then that he wanted to make that fight. So I didn't get that fight until 3 years time, and you know, so even when I got the fight, I had loads of months to prepare, and I had a great camp. But there's one thing, you can perform in the gym, you could be the baddest man in the gym, but you have to bring that gym form to the fight. And
Yeah.
unfortunately for me, I didn't do that on the night.
If you had a rematch, what would you do differently?
Throw my hands. You know, there was one thing in the gym, I was throwing like 100 punches around. And that was the aim, because AB, he likes to take his time, he likes to pick his shots. So my kind of game plan was to just keep throwing, to just keep throwing, just throwing a lot of shots and not giving him time to rest. And I was in great shape. I was sparring for 12 rounds. I was throwing like 1,200 punches. So I was in great shape, the shape of my life. But on the day, I just didn't do it. You know, just didn't do it.
How did the Danny Garcia fight come out together?
The Danny
That was
Garcia,
big when
yeah,
you
the
fought
Danny
that.
Garcia fight. I think that was 2010. Danny Garcia at the time, it's kind of weird. At the time, I joined a new management, and they was
Recent,
cool
right?
with Gold Road and Boy, and they offered me 2 fights. There was the comeback fight of Kendall Hope, or there was Danny Garcia. I didn't want to fight Danny Garcia because I think he was undefeated. He hadn't fought no one at that time. So I was like, I don't want to fight this guy. Kendall Hope was a former world champion, and he was someone I had watched, and I wanted to fight him because I believed
Yeah.
it would have been a good fight. And to me, if I beat a former world champion, it's a bigger thing than me beating this undefeated guy. So I wanted the Kendall Hope fight, but they said nah. To take the Danny Garcia fight, because if you beat him, then you will get a free fight deal with Golden Boy. So I was like, all right, cool. And so I watched him. He had like at that time, like he was a man like putting a lot of guys out to sleep.
Yeah.
But again, I had a great chin, so I watched him and I just thought for the first 3 rounds, just box him and then, just see how it goes. So, and that's kind of how it was. And it was actually weird. Kendall Hope, the fight that I wanted to fight him, he lost to Kaiser Mabuza. He lost to him. So I was like, oh man, that could have been me. But the Danny Garcia fight, that was, I lost a split again. I lost a split, but many folks, they believed I won and whatever. So that held in good stead. And 3 months just down the line, I got a fight up again to fight the world number 3, who had just lost a split in a world title like defense. So he had just lost for the world title.
Yeah.
So I fought him and then I beat him.
What was
so
his name?
I'm Delvin Rodriguez.
Oh yeah, I know.
So that was a big win because he had just fought for the world belt and people said he got robbed. So basically I had just beaten a world champion. So it's just crazy the way that the sport works. He should have been world champion, so he shouldn't have been fighting me, but he got robbed, so he fought me as a warm-up. But I'd sparred him in the past, so I believed I could beat him, and I did, and then that just put me up there. I got ranked like world number 4, and then again, that's when I got the opportunities, big fights.
Okay, so your last fight was against Sam Egerton in 2020.
Yeah.
What made you decide to retire after that?
I had retired a year before. So I retired after I got my 50th pro win against former world champ, I forget his name, but we fought in Denmark. I got my 50th pro win, so I retired then. Then COVID came. Eddie Hearn tried to get me to fight like Conor Ben. I didn't want to fight Conor because I had told Conor. He DM'd me and I said, I've always been a fan of your pops. So I don't want to fight like a British Idol, like his son. I just didn't want to fight him. But then, so I was like, I might as well stay in the gym. It was COVID times. He wasn't really doing much. I hadn't fought home in 8 years. So I wanted to fight home. Before I retired, I wanted to fight home. I never got to fight here. So when I got the Sam fight, that was the first time in my career I knew I was going to lose a fight because I just wanted to fight back home. I didn't really care how I had achieved everything I wanted to achieve. So I was 40 years old. I just wanted to fight back home again. So I just fought him. So it didn't really mean anything to lose to him because me beating Sam wasn't going to do anything for my career. Sam, if he beats me, like he beats a guy that, he's done his stuff. So
Yeah, at the end of his career.
Yeah. So for me, it was kind of, I just wanted to fight back home just one more time.
Okay, so what separates contenders from champions at the highest level?
Contenders from champions.
Yeah, at the highest level.
Performing on the day.
Yeah.
So say with me, I sparred with Floyd maybe 6 times. And even Floyd has said, if you perform in the ring the way that you sparred me, that you will be world champion. I didn't, so I didn't become world champion. But it's when the lights are on,
Nervous and all that.
because sometimes you only get one shot to be world champion.
Yeah.
If you don't take that shot, it's gone. So George Groves got 3. I think Tony Bear, you got 3 or 4. So some guys, if you got a promoter, they might keep giving you another chance. But for most guys, you get one shot at it. So if you don't win that one shot, like it's done. You're a contender for life. But it's cool because not a lot of guys even get to that stage. And I didn't have a promoter for a majority of my career. So just to be like to beat the world number 3. I didn't have a promoter. I was you know what I mean? So to be British champion, I didn't have a promoter. So just majority of my career, I signed with Mayweather Promotions at the end of my career. I was like 32, turning 33 years old. So for Mayweather Promotions to sign me when I'm on the end of my career, they kind of Floyd signed me, and he was just like, I know a little bit about your career. You've achieved some good stuff, and you've done that like on your own without earthly support. So I want to give you some support you've never had, and that, you know what I mean. So for me, like that was, it was, yeah. He didn't have to sign me. You know what I mean. So that was always love.
Okay. How did you handle setbacks during your career?
Sport is all about setbacks. In every sport, you lose. Like boxing is the only sport you lose, and everyone they go into a meltdown. Oh my God, I lost. What am I gonna do? Oh, he's done. Bullshit. Like in sport, you lose. I lose, cool. Like what did I do wrong? You fix up the little things you did wrong, then you go again. So for me, I lost. I don't like to lose, but cool, I lost. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes you get robbed in this sport, but sometimes if I did lose, then I think just go back to the drawing board and you just come again. So that was one thing about me. Every time I lost, I bounced back big. I lost the British. When I didn't feel I lost, I felt I got robbed. But it was cool because a year later, I signed with Mayweather Promotions. So for me, I feel blessed that they did rob me of the British title, because if I didn't get robbed there, I wouldn't have said I'm done with the UK, and I wouldn't have went back to the USA and signed with Floyd. So in life, I believe that your path is written before, you know what I mean? I believe in that, your path. So you just got to put in the work, and then what would be, would be. So I believe in that.
Okay. Did you feel you reached your full potential in your career?
No. And even the crazy thing is, so it's weird. Most British fans feel I overachieved, but Americans who see me in the gym know I was good enough to be world champion. So I believe I was good enough to be world champion. And again, I'm someone who didn't have a promoter for the first like 10 years of his pro career, and I still went on to do what I'd done. So even that says a lot, that I was able to achieve a lot without a promoter. That's unheard of. Like, what fighter you know who's like British champion, who's world number 3 without a promoter? Doesn't go over that. And a lot of it, I like manage myself. A lot of my career, I manage myself as well. So, you know what I mean? As much as I believe I was good enough to be world champion, sometimes it's happening. There's some folks, like you got Bear You again, I always say their name, and George Groves, they got 3 or 4 chances to win the belt.
Yeah.
But me, I got the one time. So you just gotta be content with what you achieve, or you just be angry. You know what I mean? You just be angry in your retirement. But for me, I'm cool. I tried my best. That was always my thing. I tried my best, and you know, my best didn't get me what I wanted, but I could be proud. I could go all over the world and I get shown love because of my career.
Okay, so what moment are you most proud of in your career?
Most proud of in my career? Most proud of? I'll say that I fought at the MGM 3 times.
Yeah.
I'm proud of that. I'm proud that I headlined in Las Vegas. I'm proud that I achieved 50 pro wins. And, you know, I'm proud that I was British champion as well, because I'm champion of where I was born. So, yeah, I'm proud of that. And I'm proud that I get to now inspire loads of kids through my organization.
Okay, in your experience, what separates a good promoter from a scumbag one?
Good promoters,
So a good promoter to a bad one, a very, very bad one.
I would say a good promoter is someone who's there for you even when you have a setback. So it's promoters that, you know, they just don't release you as soon as you lose. Like so one that kind of stands with you. So yeah, like that's a good promoter.
What did you learn from working with top promoters about building a fighter?
Patience. Like fighters, they can't be rushed unless you was some amateur star, like on the world scene. You can't be rushed because there's some. You can say there's some amateur stars who I achieved more than. There's some guys who were the top guys in the amateurs in Brit, at the time of me. Huh?
Do you want to name any?
Who can I say? Like Lenny Dawes. Like Lenny Dawes was a great amateur. I remember I watched him and I thought, oh my God, he's very good. And he went on. I beat him, but he went on to, I think, to be like European champion. And he didn't really get to go onto the world scene. So, you got Fraser Clark.
Yeah.
Like Fraser Clark, he got a silver. He hasn't even got past like British scene here.
Yeah.
So just because
struggling.
So just because you were a top amateur sometimes doesn't translate to being a top pro.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get an easier path, or you'll get more support, like financial support, or you get paid more. But just because you don't have a promoter, as long as you learn the sport, you can still go to the top, which I proved.
Okay, so do you feel promoters always have a fighter's best interest at heart, or is it more of a business first relationship?
Pro boxing is business first. So
Yeah.
Promoters ain't there to be your best friend. Promoters are there to make money off you.
Yeah.
So that's what it's all about. Pro boxing, from when you turn amateur, pro boxing is about you make money. You've got to make money for the promoter. So if that promoter can see that you could be a star, then they can invest in you, and then in the long term, then they can get money back. But a lot of amateurs, they fail to see the business side of the sport because you have to sell tickets. You got to put bums on seats.
Yeah,
if you can't put bums on seats, you ain't got no career. You got to be on the B side.
Okay. Do you think promoters take advantage of fighters from poor backgrounds who don't know the business?
I wouldn't say they take advantage of them. I would just say that, there's some like boxers who don't know the business side, or they just don't have the brains in their head to navigate themselves. So that's life. It's dog eat dog world.
Yeah,
and I always say
like that.
And I always say that pro boxing is a pimps and hoes game, and the boxers are the hoes.
Fighters often complain about promoters taking huge percentage. Did you ever experience this, and how did you handle it?
No, promoters, I think, majority of the time their fee, I don't know, but you got your contract there. Like managers, they take from 10% to 30%, depending on what they invest in you. But there's some very good managers out there, and some very bad managers out there. So it's all about the money. So I'm not really fussed about what promoters will take their cut because they've invested in you. So I haven't really got no issue with that.
Okay. Was it difficult stepping away from the sport, and what are you focused now?
Nope. I achieved my 50 pro wins. So after I achieved that, I knew what I wanted to do. We're in All Stars now. And I started amateur here in 1988. And I saw everything what Mr. A had done, and the generations of kids and young adults, he had changed their lives. And I wanted to do that with my own club. So when I achieved my 50th pro win, I wanted to start my own club, and I wanted to give back to my community. And that's what I've been doing for the last 5 to 6 years. So I'm very content in where I am in life.
Okay, so do you think fighters get enough support after retirement?
We don't get enough support. It's a shame there's no union or anything. But it's just the way it is. But it's very sad because there's been some world champions that have made some millions. And they find it hard when they can't box. And some boxers, they just keep fighting. And so it's kind of sad because a lot of us that boxing is what we've done our whole life. So we got no other skill. We didn't do good in school. That's why a lot of us do this sport. So that's why a lot of us just turn to coaching. It's easy. If I box, I could be a coach. It's kind of the transition is easy. So that's why. But it's sad, you know. There's no support there. The commission doesn't really do much to help, and we're just kind of left on our own. So you have to. I was, I had a mentor in my last years as a pro, and 10 years before I retired, around 8 years before I retired, he said to me that start planning now about retirement. It was his idea to start my own club to give back to my community. And for many years, I was telling him, oh, there's no rush, there's no rush. But sometimes it's good to have someone in your ear because for years, he kept saying to me, like, plan for retirement, plan for retirement. So when I did retire, I knew what I wanted to do because he had already planted that seed in me. So yeah.
Okay, so at the moment, who is the best pound for pound fighter in the world right now?
I can't really say the best pound for pound. I know a lot of folks they say the Japanese kid, but my favorite two fighters like right now are like David Benavidez
Yeah.
and Javante Davis. Like they're my favorite two to watch.
Okay, so do you think social media has helped or hurt boxing? Give me your opinion about the Misfits boxing scene.
The Misfits, I haven't really got an issue with what they do.
Because I feel like some fighters, they're not good enough to be on the platform, but they've got the followers to be famous, yeah.
So Misfits, I don't really, it's influencers, so I don't watch that kind of boxing, so it doesn't, if you don't, a lot of fans I don't like, it's not my kind of thing, so I don't watch, but they got their own fan base.
Yeah,
so they're not hurting anyone. They're not hurting anyone. They're doing their thing, and they've started, I think, their pro side of it as well.
Yeah.
So there's some fighters, you know, it's just enough revenue. I think as much promoters as there is, we need a lot of guys. We need opportunity. So when I was around, there was very few that you could sign with. So then, if you couldn't sign with the big guys, you had to do it on the small board. So I think it's another promoter. So I haven't really got an issue with it. And I even thought today that my pro career, I couldn't sign with none of the big boys. So I had to go like another route.
Yeah.
So the Misfits and it's just like another route. It's another route, and they've got their pro side now. Yeah. Then you can come back in. So I think it's good. There's many promoters. It's all good, man.
Okay, so are fighters too protected nowadays compared to your era?
Yeah, 100%. You know, everyone they're scared to lose and they're scared to challenge their selves. I do like that. Shakur, you got Devin Haney, you got Teofimo. They seem to not care. They're willing to fight just anyone. So I do like that about them, where they're willing to challenge like themselves and just fight each other. You know, but on a whole, yeah, you know, a lot of guys they're scared to lose or they want too much money. And I understand the money side. It's good that, you know, you're making more money now. But on the other side, as a fan, I want to watch the best fight.
Yeah, the best of the best. Yeah.
So that's just when we miss out on a lot of like good fights.
Okay, how do you want to be remembered, and what advice would you give to young fighters today?
How I want to be remembered, that I achieved against the odds. I want to be remembered that I achieved against the odds, and I want to like inspire the next gen that they can achieve anything they put their minds to.
Okay, so I'm going to do a quick round. Favorite gym you trained at?
2, Gleason's gym and the TMT gym.
Best trash talker you ever met?
AB.
One fight you could redo?
AB.
Toughest part of fight camp?
The sacrifice that you have to make.
One word to describe your boxing style?
Special.
Okay. If you could fight anyone from any era, who would it be and why?
Pernell Whitaker, because I was just a very big fan of him, and I love the skills that he did. So I would be in awe just watching. Same way I sparred with one Guzman, like when I was on the rise, and he was world champion, and he used to do so much tricks. I was just I sparred him for like 3 rounds. He went light on me, but it was just fun just being in there because I was like, oh shit, I watch you on the TV and you're doing the moves you do on the TV. So mine would be Pernell because I used to watch. He used to go 12 rounds like all the time, and a lot of fans now would say, "Oh, that's so boring. He don't like knock anyone out." But just because he boxed so well, hit and don't get hit, that is what this sport's about. I enjoyed to watch the 12 rounds of him, so it would be to get in the ring with him. Same kind of ways as I sparred with Floyd, to be in the ring with him. Like there was times that some people will get in the ring with Floyd and be like, "Oh shit, like I'm sparring Floyd," and then they would just freeze and you just take over. But I would get in the ring and then I would look opposite and just see Floyd there, just on it. I'd be like, "Oh wow, man, this is a dream." So I would perform well with him because I would just work hard in there. Like if I was tired, work. So yeah, for me, man, like there's some guys you watch, like say with Floyd, I'm blessed to be able, I see him train now, whatever. There's some peer, you watch them and you know why they are who they are. Because Floyd now, he's an older man, but you watch him in anyone who's seen him in the gym now, still looks so good. Like he could still be world champion. If he wanted to still fight now, he still could be world champion now. Like so, he's so good.
So which fighter did you enjoy watching the most growing up?
Mine would be Roy Jones or Pernell. They were two that I really enjoyed to watch as a kid.
Okay, so
oh yeah, and Marvin
Hagler.
So those will most probably be my top 3.
Okay, so Ashley, thanks again for joining us here on FighttalkTV. Always a pleasure having you on. If you enjoyed this interview, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'm Nabil Chowdhury and we'll catch you in the next one. Thank you.